Have you ever wondered why some people in their 70s walk with energy, laugh loudly, remember everything, and seem to be aging in reverse? While others the same age struggle just to get out of bed. Last month, I met a 74-year-old grandfather who told me he felt younger today than at 50. Not because of luck, but because of 10 simple daily habits he started only a year ago. His story shocked me and inspired this guide. Stay until the end because just one of these habits could add years of mobility, clarity, and independence to your life. Aging is not the enemy. In fact, researchers from Harvard now say that biological age can be slowed and even reversed through consistent lifestyle habits. To make a real story, think of aging like a candle. Yes, the flame burns lower over time, but give it more oxygen, more protection, and more stability, and it burns brighter than anyone expects. Here's the surprising part. After age 60, your lifestyle choices account for 70% of how well you age, according to Stanford research. Genetics? Only about 30%. That means the way you move, eat, think, sleep, and connect with people matters more than the DNA you were born with. So ask yourself, what if the next 10 years could be healthier than the last 10? What if strength, clarity, and energy aren't lost? Just asleep. To make a comparison, imagine two seniors at age 70. One wakes up stiff, tired, and distracted. The other wakes up confident, flexible, and mentally sharp. Same age. Same world. Completely different realities. All because of habits. And here's the emotional truth. Seniors who build daily routines regain a sense of control. They worry less. They move more. They smile more. They feel alive again. Now, before we go to the first habit, let's build one more layer of understanding. Every single habit you will learn today improves 4 things. 1. Muscle. For stability and strength 2. Brain. For memory and focus 3. Heart. For energy and protection 4. Mood. For confidence and joy. Habit number 1. The 10-minute morning mobility routine. Let me take you into a real moment. A 68-year-old woman named Farida once told me, "Mornings were the hardest part of my day because they reminded me that I was getting older." Her knees cracked, her back tightened, and she walked like her joints were rusted shut. But 3 months after starting a simple 10-minute mobility routine, she said something shocking. "I don't feel old when I wake up anymore." Here's the surprising part. Morning stiffness isn't just old age. It's physiology. Overnight, your joints produce less synovial fluid, the natural lubricant that reduces friction and keeps your movements smooth. Think of synovial fluid like oil in a machine. If a machine sits unused all night, the oil thickens. But warm it up gently, and everything moves again. Research from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy shows that a brief mobility routine can reduce fall risk by up to 32%. Why? Because mobility increases balance, muscle activation, and coordination, all essential for staying independent. Now ask yourself, what would 10 minutes give back to your life? A smoother walk, less pain, more energy. To make a comparison, imagine 2 different mornings. Morning A. You wake up, grab your phone, stay still for 20 minutes, and then stand up feeling stiff and slow. Morning B. You spend 10 minutes rotating your joints, stretching lightly, activating your muscles, and suddenly the whole day feels easier. Which morning sets you up for success? Here's a simple routine seniors can start today. Neck circles, 30 seconds. Shoulder rolls, 1 minute. Spinal twists, 1 minute. Hip circles, 1 minute. Knee warm-ups, 1 minute. Ankle rotations, 1 minute. Marching in place, 2 minutes. Slow forward bends, 2 minutes. This isn't exercise. It's activation. It signals your brain. The body is ready. Let's move with confidence. Habit number 2, the protein-first breakfast. To make a real story, imagine this. A 72-year-old man named Harold once told his doctor, "I eat plenty, but I'm still losing strength." The doctor smiled gently and asked, "Tell me what you eat for breakfast." Harold replied, "Tea, 2 biscuits, Maybe a banana. And the doctor said, that explains everything. Here's the surprising part. Research from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society shows that adults over 60 need 40 grams of protein per meal to maintain muscle. Yet most seniors eat less than half of that at breakfast. This leads to a condition called sarcopenia, which simply means age-related muscle loss. But let's simplify it even more. Sarcopenia is what makes you feel weak, lose balance, or struggle to open jars. And it doesn't happen because of age. It happens because of underfueling. To make a comparison, a carb-heavy breakfast biscuits, tea, bread, sugary cereals gives fast energy, but no building blocks for muscle. A protein-first breakfast gives amino acids, the raw material your body uses to repair, rebuild, and strengthen every cell. So ask yourself, what if your morning meal is the reason your body feels older than it really is? Protein also boosts metabolism by up to 15%, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps you full longer. And according to Harvard nutrition experts, seniors who eat high-protein breakfasts have 25% better mobility and 30% lower fall risk. So what does a protein-first breakfast look like? Here are simple, senior-friendly options. Greek yogurt plus chia seeds 25 g protein. Cottage cheese plus fruit 25 g protein. Eggs plus spinach 22 g protein. Protein oatmeal add whey or soy powder 30 g protein. Tofu or paneer scramble 28 g protein. Peanut butter plus whole grain toast plus boiled egg 20 g protein. None of these require complicated cooking. All of them feed your muscles, protect your strength, and help you stay independent. Habit number 3, 20 minutes of sunlight vitamin D activation. To make a real story, picture this. A 66-year-old woman named Lada kept telling her family, I feel tired all the time, even after sleeping. She thought it was age catching up with her, but when her doctor checked her blood, the truth appeared in bold letters: vitamin D deficiency, one of the most common silent problems in seniors. Here's the surprising part. According to the Cleveland Clinic, 80% of seniors are vitamin D deficient. And this deficiency doesn't just cause fatigue. It weakens bones, slows reaction time, reduces immunity, and even increases fall risk. Why does this happen? Because after age 60, your skin becomes 50% less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. And if you stay indoors most of the day, the deficiency grows rapidly. But here's the hopeful part. Just 20 minutes of gentle morning sunlight can improve vitamin D levels, lift mood, strengthen bones, and boost your immune system. To make a comparison, indoor mornings often mean stiffness, low mood, and slow thinking. Sunlit mornings activate your brain, brighten your energy, and stabilize your body. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you felt sunlight on your arms or face first thing in the morning? When was the last time your body felt awake because of nature, not caffeine? Research from the University of Manchester shows that sunlight exposure improves balance by boosting neuromuscular function. Yes, sunlight literally helps you stand steadier. Here's a simple sunlight protocol for seniors. Step outside within 1 hour of waking. Expose arms and face for 10, 20 minutes. Avoid sunglasses for the first 5 minutes to help regulate melatonin. Sit near a window if you can't go outside. But remember, glass blocks UVB, so outdoor light is best. Many seniors say sunlight makes them feel younger, but now you know the science behind it. Habit number 4, hydration before noon. To make a real story, imagine this moment. A 71-year-old man named Ahmed once told his daughter, I don't understand. I drink water, but I still feel dizzy in the afternoons. When she asked when he drinks water, he smiled and said, Oh, usually sometime after lunch. That was the problem. Here's the surprising part. By the time a senior feels thirsty, they're already mildly dehydrated. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults lose their natural thirst signal, meaning your body needs water long before your brain tells you. Why does this matter so much? Because dehydration in seniors is directly linked to higher stroke risk, higher blood pressure, poor memory and focus, increased falls, muscle cramps and fatigue, faster heart rate and shortness of breath. In fact, a study in Age and Aging found that mild dehydration can reduce cognitive performance by 10–20%, enough to forget keys, lose balance, or feel mentally foggy. Now ask yourself, are you starting your day hydrated or already behind? To make a comparison, a dehydrated brain works like a dry sponge, slow, stiff, and easily tired. A hydrated brain works like a fresh sponge, flexible, fast, and energized. So here's a simple senior-friendly hydration protocol. 1. Drink 250, 300 milliliters of water immediately after waking. This rehydrates your brain and organs after 7, 8 hours without fluid. 2. Sip another 400 milliliters before breakfast. This improves digestion and reduces morning fatigue. 3. Add electrolytes once a day, especially for seniors on medication. A small pinch of salt plus lemon works too. 4. Stop heavy drinking 2 hours before bed. This helps avoid nighttime bathroom trips. A 74-year-old client once said, "I didn't know water could give me energy." But hydration is one of the fastest ways to feel younger, mentally and physically. Now that your body is awake, fueled, and hydrated, it's time to protect your most important organ, your brain. Habit number 5, brain training neuroplasticity at any age. To make a real story, picture this scene. A 69-year-old teacher named Samuel told me, "My body was fine, but my mind felt slow. I kept forgetting names, appointments, even what I walked into the kitchen for." He feared this was the beginning of cognitive decline. But his neurologist smiled and said, "Your brain isn't dying. It's just understimulated." 3 months later, after starting daily brain training, Samuel shocked his family. He said, "I feel sharp again." Here's the surprising part. According to research published in Nature, the human brain remains capable of growth, rewiring, and building new connections well into the 80s and 90s. This ability is called neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is like a muscle. The more you activate it, the stronger it gets. To make a comparison, a passive brain TV for hours, minimal conversation is like an unused path in the forest. It becomes overgrown and hard to navigate. An active brain puzzles new skills. Conversation is like a highway, clear, fast, well-maintained. So ask yourself, are you challenging your brain every day or letting it slow down quietly? Here's the data-backed truth. A 10-year study from the Mayo Clinic showed seniors who engage in daily mental challenges have a 30% lower risk of memory decline. Not once a week. Daily. And the best part. Brain training doesn't require anything complicated. Here are simple 10-minute brain challenges that work. Learn a new word daily. Solve one puzzle crossword, Sudoku, logic. Use your non-dominant hand for simple tasks. Try memory games, list 10 items from your room, then recall them later. Practice fast reading for 3 minutes. Call a friend and tell a story. Conversation stimulates multiple brain regions. One neurologist describes these activities as push-ups for your neurons. Your brain loves novelty. It loves challenge. And every time you train it, you protect your independence, confidence, and clarity. Habit number 6, anti-inflammatory movement snacks. To make a real story, imagine this. A 73-year-old retired engineer named Miriam once told me, "I exercise, but I still feel stiff all day." When I asked her what exercise meant, she proudly said, "I walk for 20 minutes every morning." And then she added, "But the rest of the day, I mostly sit." There it was. The hidden problem. Here's the surprising part. Research from the American Heart Association shows that sitting for more than 8 hours a day increases inflammation, weakens leg strength, slows metabolism, and raises heart disease risk. Even if you exercise in the morning. Yes. One workout does not cancel an entire day of sitting. That's why seniors need movement snacks. Small bursts of 60. 120 seconds of movement every 2 hours. Think of them like tiny anti-inflammatory pills, but without medication. To make a comparison, a day filled with long sitting spells is like letting a car engine idle for hours. It overheats and wears down. But a day broken into small movement breaks is like gently revving the engine. It stays smooth, strong, and functional. Now ask yourself, how many hours do you sit? And what would 2 minutes of movement do to your energy, your joints, your heart? Here's the data-backed truth. A study in diabetology found that standing up and moving for just 2 minutes every hour reduces blood sugar spikes by 24%. Another study from the NIH found that short bursts of movement improve circulation and reduce inflammation markers. Here are simple senior-friendly movement snacks. Sit to stand 10, 15 reps. Wall push-ups 10, 12 reps. Marching in place 2 minutes. Calf raises 15, 20 reps. Shoulder rolls plus arm circles 1 minute. Gentle mini squats 8, 12 reps. Walking 150 steps indoors. These tiny movements reset your muscles, improve blood flow, and maintain joint lubrication throughout the day. Think of them as your body's way of staying young, 1 minute at a time. Habit number 7, the evening blood pressure check. To make a real story, imagine this moment. A 76-year-old grandmother named Rosa felt perfectly fine every day. No headaches, no dizziness, nothing unusual. But one evening, her son convinced her to check her blood pressure with his home machine. The number flashed, 176/94. Rosa stared at it, confused. "But I feel okay." Her son whispered, "That's the problem." Here's the surprising part. High blood pressure, often called the silent killer, has no symptoms in most seniors. According to the American Heart Association, over 50% of adults above 65 have high blood pressure and don't know it because they feel normal. Why check in the evening? Because research published in Hypertension shows that many seniors experience evening blood pressure spikes, especially after a day of stress, poor hydration, high salt meals, long sitting periods, fatigue. These evening spikes often go unnoticed, but significantly increase the risk of stroke, heart attack, kidney damage, vision loss. To make a comparison, morning blood pressure is like checking your bank balance before you spend anything. Evening blood pressure is like checking it after all the expenses. It reveals the true impact of your day. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you checked your blood pressure at home? And what if knowing your evening number could prevent a dangerous night? The good news: home monitoring reduces heart attack and stroke risk by 30%, according to the NIH. It's simple, cheap, and takes under 2 minutes. Here's a senior-friendly routine. Sit comfortably for 3 minutes. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Place the cuff on bare skin, upper arm preferred. Measure twice, 1 minute apart. Record your readings in a small notebook or phone. Healthy target for most seniors. Below 130/80ths unless a doctor advises otherwise. This tiny habit gives you control. Knowledge that could literally save your life. Habit number 8. The senior sleep reset ritual. To make a real story, picture this. A 70-year-old widower named Elias once told me, "I fall asleep, but I don't stay asleep." Most nights, he woke up at 2 or 3 a.m., stared at the ceiling, and wondered why his brain refused to shut down. He thought this was just old age, but sleep experts told him something different. His brain had forgotten how to wind down. Here's the surprising part. After age 60, your natural melatonin levels drop by up to 50%. This makes it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, and reach deep sleep. The kind that repairs your cells, boosts memory, and restores energy. To make a comparison, a young adult's sleep is like a calm ocean, steady waves of deep rest. A senior's sleep, without routine, is like a stormy sea. Shallow, interrupted, unpredictable. And research from the National Sleep Foundation shows that seniors with a consistent nighttime routine sleep 40% deeper than those without one. So ask yourself, do you help your brain slow down at night? Or do you expect it to just switch off instantly? Here's the truth. Sleep is not something you jump into. It's something you prepare for. That's where the senior sleep reset ritual comes in. A simple routine that signals your brain to release melatonin and relax. Here's a science-backed 5-step ritual. 1. Dim your lights 60 minutes before bed. Bright light suppresses melatonin by 80%. 2. Stop screens 45 minutes before bed. Phones mimic daylight and confuse your brain. 3. Drink a warm magnesium-rich beverage. Warm milk, chamomile tea, or magnesium glycinate help relax muscles. 4. Stretch your spine for 2 minutes. This releases tension stored throughout the day. 5. Write down 3 thoughts on paper. A racing mind is the #1 cause of senior insomnia. When Elias tried this ritual for 2 weeks, he said, "I slept like I hadn't slept in years. Like my body finally remembered how." Your sleep is your repair system, your nighttime doctor. Habit number 9 and number 10, social connection plus purpose ritual. To make a real story, imagine this moment. An 82-year-old man named Rahman told me, "My body is fine, but my heart feels empty." He had food, medicine, a comfortable home, yet something was missing. His doctor looked at him gently and said, "You're not sick, you're lonely." That sentence changed everything. Here's the surprising part. According to research from Brigham Young University, loneliness increases early death risk by 26%, as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And among seniors, loneliness is linked to higher blood pressure, poor sleep, faster cognitive decline, depression and anxiety, weakened immunity. Loneliness isn't sadness, it's biology. Your brain is wired for connection. Your heart depends on it. To make a comparison, a connected life feels like walking with the wind at your back. Light supported, steady. An isolated life feels like walking uphill with a heavy bag, draining and slow. Now ask yourself, how many meaningful conversations did you have this week? How often did you laugh, share, listen, or feel seen? This leads us to habit number 9, the daily connection ritual. Here's a simple version seniors can start today. Call one person daily for 5 minutes. Send one short voice message. Join one weekly group walking, prayer, hobby, reading. Talk to one neighbor when stepping outside. Connection isn't about being social. It's about being human. Now let's add the final ingredient, purpose. A study from the University of Michigan found that seniors with a sense of purpose have 48% lower risk of stroke, better memory, less stress, higher mobility, longer lifespan. Purpose doesn't mean career. It means meaning. Here's a simple habit number 10 ritual. The 3-minute purpose journal before breakfast, right? One thing I will do today that matters. One person I will uplift. One thing I'm grateful for. This tiny ritual rewires your brain toward fulfillment, optimism, and direction. When Rahman began this practice, he said, I feel alive again, not because of what I have, but because of what I give. Connection and purpose aren't optional. They're longevity multipliers. Deepening the impact. How these 10 habits work together. To make a real story, imagine this. A 75-year-old woman named Sophia once said, I tried all these habits, but not all at once. I added them one by one. And after 90 days, she looked in the mirror and whispered, I got my life back. Here's the surprising part. The real power of these habits isn't in doing them perfectly. It's in letting them stack. When you combine mobility, protein, sunlight, hydration, brain training, movement snacks, blood pressure checks, sleep rituals, connection, and purpose, they don't add up dot. They multiply. Think of them like 10 gears in a machine. One gear moving is helpful. But when all gears start turning, the whole machine transforms. To make a comparison, imagine each habit is a light switch in a dark room. Turning on one helps you see. Turning on all 10, now the whole room shines. So ask yourself, what happens when your morning starts strong, your body stays nourished, your mind stays engaged, your heart stays regulated, and your evenings end peacefully? The answer is simple: you age slowly. You age powerfully. You age with intention. Let's break down the synergy. 1. Mobility plus protein. Flexible joints plus strong muscles equals fewer falls, more independence. 2. Sunlight plus hydration. Better energy plus better circulation equals clearer thinking, steadier balance. 3. Brain training plus movement snacks. Sharper memory plus better blood flow equals younger brain, stronger body. 4. Blood pressure checks plus sleep ritual. Stable heart plus deep rest equals longer, healthier lifespan. 5. Connection plus purpose. Emotional strength plus daily meaning equals happier, more fulfilling days. A research paper from the Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest study of human aging ever conducted, found one simple truth. Those who age well don't do one thing right. They do many small things consistently. Sophia didn't change her life overnight. She changed it 10 minutes at a time, one habit a day, one decision at a time. And she became stronger, calmer, clearer, and more joyful.